As I am Just Fresh.
And I am Mati Bush.
On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about AEW Revolution and how much of a dud that was.
We're also going to be talking about Daniel Bryan on Smackdown.
We're going to be talking about MJF forming his own inner circle on AEW.
Which was insane.
Insane to say the least. We're going to be talking about that and so much more. Make sure you guys tune in and subscribe. We'll see you soon. What's up, everybody? This is Just Fresh.
And this is Mati Bush.
We are the Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast, coming at you guys for episode 9, baby!
Yeah, it is already 9, huh?
Getting closer and closer to that Big 10, man. Now, the 10th episode is kind of important to us, man, because I don't know if you guys know about podcast statistics, but they say most new podcasts, they never even make it to the 10th podcast. They usually end up quitting or they don't have enough material to keep it going. But, man, we're one episode away from hitting that milestone. What do you think about that, Bush?
I am extremely excited about that, honestly, because I didn't know that until you told me.
Uh-huh.
And so since you said that, that's been my that's been my goal now.
Right.
Like, I've been wanting to get to that point now. So like,
and we almost there, baby.
I mean, we're right there. So yeah, no, that's what's up. What you got going on though?
Oh man,
anything new in the life of Just Fresh?
Man, you know what? Honestly, just trying to get through this week, man. Stuff's been crazy with just, you know, with today's conditions. We ain't gonna talk about the pandemic because you already guys know what it is. But,
yeah.
You know, just staying optimistic. You know, we found out here in California that April 1st is when, you know, we'll be able to start doing more live events and there'll be more open air concerts and things going on. But besides that, man, we got hit up by our boy Kobe from Break Bread. He hit us up about his event he has going on, King of the City.
King of the City.
I believe that's going to be on March 27th. That's the last Saturday of the month. We're going to be doing live commentary for that, or at least I'll for sure be in the house doing the live commentary for the live stream of the B-Boy battle that's going to be happening.
Which is dope because I think this is the first time I've seen a live stream done on this level in
Right?
In Sacramento. So
and you know, like, with how events are happening now, it's hard to do a battle or a jam, you know, as we say in the B-Boy community, like when all these restrictions that are happening. But the dope thing about this is that it's going to be an outdoor event. So, you know, you don't have to worry about this. We'll have, you know, safety precautions in effect. They'll have some sanitizer in the venue for you. And, you know, I believe masks are going to be enforced 100%. So, you know, you'll feel safe and comfortable when you do come out to the event. And if you don't come physically to the event, you can hear me on the live stream.
Yep. And there will be a top 8 for that. I've been told, so I can't wait to see that.
And invited, great 8. Should be a fun battle. But that's been new with me. Just really pushing stuff with the podcast. You know, taking care of my family. That's day to day though, man.
Yeah.
But what's up with you, Bush? You got any projects or anything that you got coming up?
I have a song dropping on Tuesday. What is that? March 16th.
Yeah.
With Planet Asia, called Traveling. It will be on all digital platforms, so please, you know, support that. And other than that, man, you know, just working and trying to stay up to date with this wrestling stuff, dude. Because man, it seems like each week something new happens. Like, I mean, like even outside of like the network stuff, like, right? Just something is always going on.
There's always something new, and that's what's been dope about since we started this podcast. We've been able to kind of chronicleize things and just see. Since we started the road to WrestleMania, with that beginning since the Royal Rumble ended, and just our reaction from that, and just building from there, man. There's been a ton of things that have been happening, and
so much.
Like I think we should. Why don't we just get straight into the news and rumors of the week?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, the big news that was announced. We found out that the WrestleMania 37 tickets will be available for sale on March 16th, aka 316 Day, just like my boy Stone Cold Steve Austin. WrestleMania will be 2 nights, and they're hoping to have about 45,000 fans each night in attendance. They're going to be operating at 75% capacity, which is actually more than the Super Bowl. Now, mind you, this is going to be the same place that the Super Bowl took place, which was at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. But tickets range will be going from about $35 to $2,500 per ticket per night.
I can't lie. It's WrestleMania. The world's finally opening back up. If I had a chance, I would snatch a $35 ticket and go watch this.
Real talk, man. If I had the time and I could make it happen, I'd fly out there just for a quick little weekend, man, and just make it work. But maybe we'll see what'll happen when WrestleMania 38 comes to Los Angeles. I think we could for sure be in the house for that one.
Yeah. No, I need to go to that.
Yeah, man.
What's next? We got
We found out about the first inductee into this year's WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021.
Yeah, sorry about that segue. It was trash, but yeah.
Much like some of the wrestling this week.
Shout outs to Molly Holly.
Yes.
She was announced, to be a Hall of Fame class of 2021. Very well deserved. She did amazing characters, and her wrestling is top notch.
She's great, and she used to be paired with the Hurricane, Mighty Molly and the Hurricane.
That was such a dope pair, too.
They were hilarious.
Like, they were ahead of their time on that one.
Yeah, and Hurricane was the one that actually announced it while it was on WWE The Bump, and that she was actually going to be the first person inducted. And it was just great, man. And,
that's good that they let him do it, too.
Yeah, it's the perfect person, man. Yeah. And speaking of perfect, man, somebody that had a perfect run in NXT... is now just struggling on the main roster. And those that know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. El Idolo! Andrade, the fiance of Charlotte Flair. Mm-hmm. He asked for his WWE release this past Monday, and we found out earlier today that it was actually denied.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it was denied. I think he almost wanted everyone to see, like, look, I am trying to get on TV. They have nothing for me. Let me show you that I want to leave. And then let me show you, they won't let me go. Like, they know I'm too valuable to leave.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like the employee that is too good for his own position, but you won't put him anywhere else.
They don't want him to go and be an asset to AEW. Let's keep it real, man. Because could you even imagine matches with him versus Phoenix? Like, imagine matches with him versus Penta? That'll be fire, bro.
Personally... with everything that's been going on, I wouldn't even mind seeing him going to Impact.
Okay.
And making an impact on their whole roster.
Yeah.
Like he
put some respect on Andrade's name, man, because
exactly.
He's been killing it.
Yeah.
Someone that actually been killing it and has been feeling kind of kilt lately. We found out Asuka, she's suffering a concussion, man. They're currently sidelining her. And this occurred when she got kicked in the head on the February 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw. Shayna Baszler, we saw what happened. She kicked her in what looked like somewhere in her head or in her mouth, because her tooth flew out.
Yeah,
and that she's been out ever since then.
It sucks because WrestleMania season's coming. They haven't really gave her Asuka anything. You don't hear anything about her. You don't see her on anything, and she has the title. And it's just trash. I don't know. Maybe they'll have something for her at WrestleMania versus Shayna Baszler. I say that just because, they'll probably work the angle like, I kicked your tooth out type thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what happens, though.
I think they're going to do something with Charlotte, but we'll see. But that news was trash. So let's talk about the biggest trash news of the week. That means, what time it is, Bush.
Oh, my God. Is it the... Are we talking about AEW's Revolution? Are we talking about that
King of the Mid?
Yo.
AEW Revolution. Our reaction to that damn death match, that exploding barbed wire death match with Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. That match was a dud.
What pisses me off is that the match itself looked really great. It's the ending, obviously. This is what everybody's been talking about, right?
That's what everybody's been talking about.
Everybody's been talking about it. My thing to this is too, though, the way they're trying to cover it up even is just trash. Like, it's just the whole thing was terrible. I hate to say this. Jim Cornette was right.
What did he say?
He basically said, like, yo, anybody that's trying to do these matches, they're usually trash. He's just like, they're bloody, gory, whatever. He's like, but usually at the end, it's just bad. And even Jim admitted that at one point in the match, he was like, yo, I think they know what they're doing. I think they're showing, okay, they're working well, and then the ending happened.
Yeah. And you know what?
Dud.
It's a damn shame because the match itself was cool. Like, I really enjoyed the match, the back and forth, everything. Moxley hitting the double underhook DDT onto the exploding or to the barbed wire on the outside. I loved when Kenny Omega got hit in the face from the sparks when Moxley put his foot on the turnbuckle. They brought out the barbed wire bat with the explosion with it. Like, all that shit was flames. But the problem was, when you end a show like that and you have Eddie Kingston sitting in there continue to sell the explosion.
Oh, God, poor guy.
And I felt bad for him because it's like, maybe he can't see because his head is down. But why didn't somebody tap him and be like, yo, bro, hey, yo, audible.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens in entertainment. If I'm DJing a wedding and something is clearly going wrong, I don't continue just to keep going down that path. I'd make a pivot. You go somewhere else. But they just kept on selling it like it was the biggest explosion in the world when it looked like a goddamn Gilbert entrance.
Well, I'm going to steal your thing real quick and just say, this was amateur hour.
It was 100% amateur hour. And when you're a new company like this, you cannot make these kind of mistakes. I paid $50 for this goddamn pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I expected more. And it's a damn shame because last year's Revolution was fire. You gave me the Stadium Stampede last year. And this is supposed to be AEW's WrestleMania type pay-per-view. That was some bullshit.
Yeah, man. I mean, my man wants his 50 back.
and granted, it was cool that you gave me that Sting match. But if WWE ended a pay-per-view like that, y'all would be on their ass.
Yeah,
and and you know what? I'm not a brand loyalist. I love wrestling. I watch everything. But you cannot sell me a pay-per-view like that and you overpromise and you underdeliver. You tell me you have this Hall of Fame worthy person that's going to be coming in and it's Christian? Like, bro, I love Edge and Christian, but don't overhype something like that. Let him just show up, and then he just comes out. I think he signed a contract and just walked away. He didn't even say anything on the mic. He didn't challenge anybody. It would have been better if he just showed up
and did that. If he would have just showed up and did that out of nowhere, that would have been fresh. Or saved him for that AEW episode that you guys did.
Which that? Which
one
are you talking about?
The latest one where he comes out.
Oh, where he came out just past Wednesday?
Yeah, this past Wednesday against,
when it was pretty much the reset. It's the new season essentially.
Yeah. Like, you could have had him come out then and not say anything about him at all and just let him be a surprise to Kenny Omega and everybody that's watching.
Yeah, but you know what? Tony Khan, you worked us, bro. And it worked. And I get it. Yeah. Because I found out the result of that was AEW Revolution was the highest non-WWE pay-per-view selling pay-per-view since 1999.
Right.
So props to you on that. Props to you on that Sting match. Next time in the show, right, bro?
Yeah, because you can't just, we're going to blame it on a firework dud. Oh, no.
That was the worst little excuse that they made. They didn't take ownership of it, and we saw what you did. Everything, they scrubbed all the footage off of Twitter.
No.
Yeah, they scrubbed everybody that put, you couldn't find no pictures, you couldn't find any GIFs or anything of the explosion. They scrubbed that shit for copyright rights, so you can't even find it.
That's ridiculous. Yo, man, Tony Khan, you're trash for that.
That was weak.
That's trash.
That was weak, but you know what?
Let's talk about their trash show, too. I want to talk about the trash show.
They tried to make up for it.
Because it was up and down.
And giving us AEW. And this is the problem, man. On AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, we're going to get straight into it, man. Let's discuss what happened. Let's see what they did to try and set it up and give us something new. So we found out Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley, they explained what happened. Kingston is essentially saying that the reason why he was selling the explosion is because he has anxiety and that just took over him. It took him back to his days behind a prison cell. And Eddie thinks Omega, or he says he thinks Omega was playing tricks on him while Mox was legit trying to blow him up. And Mox says the bomb is awful. He and Kingston, they take, a couple of sips of whiskey together, and he's like, okay, cool. At the very least, I got my old drinking buddy back. And
no, Eddie Kingston is a babyface.
He's a goddamn babyface.
He's a babyface. in a DMX hoodie, he's a babyface. So, I mean, whatever. Okay, cool. That was fine. Their explanation on that, sweet. Let it be after that. Don't keep going with this.
It was smart to have one of your best talkers and Eddie Kingston be the guy to try and clean it up.
Yeah.
But the problem is the overkill that they went into later on in the night when they had Don Callis come out with the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega during that segment that was supposed to be Christian's big Dynamite debut.
Bro, this just hurts me just thinking about it because this man, Callis, should not be holding the microphone for that long. He was just rambling on and on and on and on to the point where even when Kenny Omega starts to reach for the mic, like, hey, it's my time now. You know what I mean? He should have did that like halfway through all that. It just dragged on for way too long.
Right.
And they didn't need it. It was just a lot of filler, and it was real bad acting. And
Kingston eventually came out. Callis talks about how he had Eddie in Impact, and he says that he saw the talent in him, but he had to fire him. Why? Because he did the same thing that he's always done his whole life. He found a way to screw things up. So basically blaming it on Kingston like it's his fault. It's like, nah. And they play the little countdown clock to kind of like troll him again, and it just wasn't funny.
No, it wasn't funny. Oh, 69 me.
Yeah, like it's immature shit. Like,
stop,
we eventually saw Mox come out, they brawl, and Christian comes out and he stands there again saying nothing. Outwork everyone, but you're not saying shit, so it doesn't make any sense. So you know what I mean? Like, come on, Christian, like give me something. But yeah, Kenny offers him a handshake. Christian denies him, and Kenny goes for a sucker punch, and he's knocked down by Christian. And Christian holds up the AEW championship in the air, and
it's cool. But see, that would have been much better than you announcing Christian. That would have been better than Christian coming out and just signing a contract on Revolution. Any of that would have been better than that. And I mean, yeah, you drew us in, and we you know, my man ordered the pay-per-view, but like,
you didn't deliver.
Yo, man, it's trash. Like, it's just subpar.
You know what else was big trash on that episode, man? And I we got to talk about this. Ethan Page versus Lee Johnson, man. How the hell are you going to have this man's AEW TV debut happen, and you have these damn NBA audio playing during the whole segment?
Yeah.
And the commentators aren't saying anything. They're not acknowledging that it's happening. I'm trying to watch. I can't even enjoy it because all I'm hearing is doom, doom, defense, doom, doom, defense. It's like, come on, man. Like, this is your new star. You debut him at Revolution in the ladder match. Okay. But we know nothing about him. Like, unless you're someone that watched Impact like myself here and there, like, you're not really going to know about All Ego Ethan Page. You're not going to know about the North. You're not going to know about him being one of the longest reigning tag team champions in Impact history. You're not going to know that. So you have to educate your fans, and they screwed that up big time.
I don't even know how that happens, especially when, like, this is a major network.
This is TNT.
This is major TV time. You guys stress that all the time to everybody. Like, you know, time is money, and, you know, TV is this and that. You only get 30 seconds on the mic, and then you do that to this man's, like, opening debut. That is, like, the most oddest, weirdest, dumbest thing ever. It's, once again, amateur hour.
You can't do that kind of stuff, man. And it's a damn shame, because I love AEW. I love the stuff that they put out. When they put out good stuff, it's good. You know, or something. I'd even dare say it's great. But when you do stuff like this back to back, it's just a bad look, man. And
look, man, to be quite honest, like, AEW, there was a lot of up and down this whole segment.
Yeah.
The ups were, you know, were highlighted, and you knew it. You saw what you saw. The downs, God, there's plenty of them.
Speaking of something that, it was kind of down, kind of mid. How'd you feel about that Cody segment with Pentel Zero Miedo?
Okay, so it was mid. It was mid. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great.
AEW is the king of the mid.
Yeah.
And they have to elevate that, because it's like, this is a new wrestling show. It's got to be fire.
It's cool that Cody's trying to, Cody's willing to put his face out there.
Yeah.
To like, okay, I'll be the one to sacrifice. You know what I mean? I get that. That's good.
And I was actually happy to see Penta out there, like, actually getting on the mic and talking. And when he didn't have, when he wasn't talking, he had a translator there, the Spanish announce table. And I thought that was kind of dope. And he said that, Cody, he may be the Prince of Pro Wrestling, but I'm the Lord of Lucha Libre. I thought that shit was hard.
That was tight. It was good. It was mid. It was all right. I feel like it just went on for a little bit too long.
You know what? That's how I felt about the Darby Allin and Scorpio Sky match for the TNT Championship.
And even that, like, again, amazing spots in it for me from Darby Allin, more from Darby. Darby, he's not a big guy, so you could just throw him around all over the place.
Yeah, he's built to sell.
Yeah, so he sold, and he did a great job at it. Scorpio, I don't know what you are trying to do. I don't know what your character is. I don't know who you are. You're licking your lips at the end. I don't know what does all this mean. Like,
I think he LL Cool J was something more how he was doing with that shit, man. I don't know what that was about, man, but I've been waiting for Scorpio Sky to translate for me, and I think what they're doing is trying to push him as like the top black babyface or like the top black star because WWE has Bobby Lashley now, like kind of on like some because even you see people on. Remember I showed you that meme on Twitter where it was like all of the black champions in all the different wrestling promotions, and AEW had none.
Oh, that's right.
You know? So I think they might be trying to push to have like an actual black star that's doing something. They're doing that with Scorpio Sky with him winning that brass ring at the pay-per-view. But other than that, it's like, give me something about you to like besides you just wearing Jordans and Yeezys. Yeah. Like I know plenty of brothers that wear Jordans and Yeezys. Like that doesn't make you anything special. It just means you're kind of fashionable.
Whatever. I'm not tripping off of that milk dud. Like it was a dud. It was a dud, bro. It was a dud.
Too much mid. But let's talk about the fire segment that pretty much redeemed the whole show.
Yep.
Inner Circle War cancel.
Awesome with MJF coming out, the whole group coming out, and then out of nowhere, Sammy Guevara.
He returns.
Chris Jericho was like, "Yo, get the hell out of here! Like, I don't want to see your face." He's like, "No, just listen to me. Just watch the screen."
And he had hidden camera footage showing that MJF was conspiring behind everyone's back to overthrow Chris Jericho as the leader of the group. Yeah. And essentially, all of the Inner Circle were going to turn on him in the ring tonight during the War Council. And MJF, he goes to execute the plan, and Inner Circle turns on him. And when they go to beat him up, MJF says he's got his own Inner Circle, and out comes FTR, Tully Blanchard, Wardlow, and Sean Spears. Bush!
It was dope because of the fact the lights went out for like a quick second. You didn't know what was going on. Lights come back on. Inner Circle has to turn around and see all these fools standing there. And once that happens, Inner Circle just starts getting their ass kicked. Sammy Guevara's face goes through a chair.
Santana Ortiz, they get handcuffed, and Wardlow drops Jericho hard on his knee. They do that pile driver with Tully.
Jake
Hager?
Jake Hager.
Yeah.
He gets hit upside the head with a champagne bottle.
Yeah. Like off the top. They just bang. Instant funk.
Yeah. And then, the big finisher, after they destroy Chris, hit him with a bat, or MJF hits him with a bat. Take him outside, drag him. Wardlow hits this
insane,
incredible powerbomb.
Yeah.
Because Chris Jericho is not small.
And it was off the stage.
Yeah. And the way he flipped him up, dude, the speed of just that flip and then holding him, it was insane. That was a great powerbomb.
Yo, they made Wardlow look great in that segment. Yeah, I think this is the time where he wasn't wearing the suit. Nah. He just he had like a tank top on, like a black tank top, and he was just showing the muscles and shit. He was just showing he was Diesel, and just he was really just going out there and just tearing fools up. I said showing he's Diesel. He definitely had some Kevin Nash vibes there tonight.
For sure.
Or that night. I didn't even think about that. But yeah.
No, see, because you're freestyling, bro. You know what I mean? This is freestyle right there.
Yeah. we don't have to think that hard for this.
You know what it is. You know what
it is. That's why you watch our content.
You know what it is.
Man, if you had to grade AEW Dynamite, man, what'd you get from 1 to 10?
Including the Rey Fenix match that I really did like, and I did like the women's wrestling match that happened.
Oh, we forgot about Maki Ito.
No, we didn't forget about her. We didn't forget about her. If you haven't seen her yet, you guys need to tune in and watch this lady. She is hilarious. She was singing the entire time the match was going on.
So the match starts, and she comes out, and she has this little Japanese pop star kind of gimmick. And
it was dope.
They're out there brawling, and she's like, "Hey, nobody's paying attention to me." And she just starts hella performing. It was some shit that you'd see out of Pokemon or some anime shit. It was great, man.
And she climbs, the turnbuckle, yells at everyone that I'm cute.
Yeah. And she'd be flipping fools off and shit.
She'll flip you off. She's like, ha.
She's hilarious.
She's gonna be facing Rio next week, and I can't wait for that. But if I was to grade this whole thing, I'm going to give it a 7.
Oh, okay. You're more generous than me. I gave it a 6 out of 10, man, because there was just so much damn mid. I did appreciate them setting up the new storylines. That was dope. We didn't talk about the Adam Page and Matt Hardy stuff. So Butcher and the Blade are now the new signees of Matt Hardy's team with Private Party, because Butcher and the Blade, they tried to stop Eddie Kingston at the end of the pay-per-view when he went to go help Jon Moxley, but essentially he's like, nah, this is my dude, so I'm gonna have his back. So they're now rocking with Matt Hardy, And Adam Page has hella money now from Matt Hardy, and he's still dragging along the damn Dark Order, not giving them an answer on if he's going to lead them or not.
Matt Hardy had to do a cameo recently where he had to basically explain
yes,
stuff.
He did. I forgot about that.
He did a cameo after their match, I guess, and it was hilarious. So if you guys haven't seen that, please go look for that. I'm going 7 out of 10. I loved MJF. I loved Darby Allin, and I love Rey Fenix.
I respect that, man.
Those, and then Homegirl, the pop star,
Maki Ito.
Yeah. Yo, that for me, that right there, it really helped me out.
It balanced it out.
It helped me get through this.
Okay.
That's why you get a 7. Other than that, you take one of those elements out, and you instantly are like almost a 5.
Yeah, because again, it was a whole lot of mid.
Yeah, it was a lot of mid.
You know what else was a whole lot of mid? Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Monday Night Raw. Interesting. They had their ups and downs too.
I mean, it was cool how they opened up the show with Bobby Lashley and him basically declaring that he's like, yo, this is now the almighty era. I've been waiting here for 16 years to be WWE champion, and that he's happy to give Miz a rematch. He don't care. He's like, yo, I've earned this, and I'm here to dominate with anyone. And
he smashes him.
He beat that ass, man. It was essentially the same match that we saw the previous week, just a little bit longer. A little bit longer of an ass whooping.
Yep.
But the one thing that I loved was Bobby Lashley's new entrance. We gotta talk about that, man.
That entrance was fire.
So to give you guys to kind of describe it for you, lightning comes down, and then we see this new video on the main screen, and it's like he's going through all his main signature moves, and every time he hits someone, it's what they like sparks of lightning, and then he kind of, and then it zooms out, and then you just see him just standing there like all buff and dieseled out, and they're really painting him like a Greek god. He looked like Zeus.
He did. And
it was great.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, it's Bobby Lashley. He's believable as a heavyweight champion.
And again, representation is important.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm end up buying me a new WWE Championship belt, man. Because Lashley, man, that shit was looking nice, bro. Yeah. And I love this Intercontinental Championship. This is my baby, but I've been the working man for a few years, and it's about time for me to step up to the next level. That world heavyweight.
The working man.
So. Maybe come WrestleMania season, maybe season 2 of the podcast, we might see the new belt. We'll see about that.
I'm excited.
Yes. You know what else was exciting, though? That Drew McIntyre and Sheamus no DQ match. That was fire.
It was better than I expected. I did not expect it to be that good.
It was a banger.
I wish this was on a pay-per-view. And I know they're coming up for...
With Fastlane.
Fastlane.
You think they're going to do it there?
They should. I want to see a no DQ match. Dude, I don't even know at this point. Like, you could throw him in a cage. You could throw him in an Inferno fight. I don't care what you throw him in. It's going to be a good match. It should
be like a steel cage. I think that'll be a steel cage match at Fastlane. That'll be a good way to blow it off. Or it could be like, I don't know, like a 2 out of 3 falls match. Or what do you think would be a good, another, like, a way to blow off some steam? I can't even think of nothing else bigger than that.
I mean, unless you do like a, like a stretcher match or something like that.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
You know what I mean?
But they're definitely going to keep this storyline going, and I think they're setting up Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, but if you really want to get the fans lit, especially like fans in attendance, give us Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, we got to get something like that, man.
It's time.
Yeah,
if not, I'll take it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
I'm patient.
Yeah. No, other than that, a good match. We'll see it at Fastlane.
Yeah. How about that Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon segment that was going on that they drug all night?
It was just more dragging. Like, you're just dragging us through this nonsense. And it was funny at the end, but you dragged me all the way to get to Braun. Like you dragged me all the way to get to that. And
it's if you have 3 hours of a wrestling show and you have to drag it out like that, just make the damn show 2 hours.
That's it. That's all I've been
Didn't
asking
make any
for.
sense.
I've been asking for 2 hours, 1 hour shows for the past 2 weeks now, because I am sick of everything dragging on all these wrestling things. It's like, yo, it's not our fault that you guys sign this much talent and then sit them in catering.
Yeah.
You shouldn't punish us because you guys have all these talented people that you won't let go
They sign wrestlers defensively.
Yeah. And it's trash, man. You guys don't even, you're giving Shane McMahon spots.
He always pops up around WrestleMania season, and all of a sudden he's going to get a big match with Braun Strowman. We know that's where it's going next.
Like, you got Aleister Black in the background.
You got Ricochet doing nothing.
Nothing. You got a whole faction with Ali.
Yeah. So, well, I guess with Ali, they're doing, he's going to be having a match with Riddle. That's what's going to be happening at Fastlane. So they're going to have the U.S. Championship match with him, and Riddle's going to keep it, of course. We're seeing that New Day and the Hurt Business, they're going to be continuing their rivalry, and I believe they announced that they're going to be having a tag team championship match at Fastlane as well.
Yeah, that was funny.
It took forever just to call him stupid, essentially.
Yeah. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles.
That was fire. Yeah. That was a pay-per-view quality match. But we saw ultimately the Fiend's mind games just keep on going on and on. Earlier in the night, we saw AJ Styles and Omos. They were talking to a new backstage interviewer. AJ asked why isn't anybody talking to him about what he thinks about the Fiend and Randy's rivalry. And AJ says that he thinks that it's hilarious that it's happening to Randy, and that it's Randy's fault for even letting the Fiend and Alexa get in his head in the first place. Randy Orton didn't like that shit, so he came out and he wanted a match. Once the match actually started, Orton immediately attacked AJ. AJ Styles hits Orton with a forearm smash, and he starts to attack Orton's legs to slow him down. Orton reverses a phenomenal forearm and fights out of the calf crusher. AJ hits a spike DDT, he hits AJ with a spike DDT, and then Alexa shows up on the screen to distract Orton. Hits with like the little cane pyro, and essentially that was enough to distract AJ Styles, or to distract Orton for AJ Styles to hit the phenomenal forearm for the win.
Cool, I guess. Great match between the two. You kind of see, there's a lot of this stuff that you see just coming like from a mile away, and I need to see the Fiend now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired. Okay, Alexa Bliss, you've done your thing. We need the Fiend. We need the Fiend to actually show up now. I need to see the Fiend.
Yeah.
Other than that, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, I would like to see that at SummerSlam for a belt one day.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to do it last year or maybe the other year at WrestleMania in New York, but I remember it just kind of being like a bust because the lighting that they had in the venue was blinding the fans, so the people in attendance couldn't even see the match.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so again, dropping the ball.
Amateur hour,
and we're not here for that shit, man.
No.
Overall, if you had to grade Raw from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I gave it a 6 as well. Again, it's mid.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Bobby Lashley match and you hooked me with the Bobby Lashley stuff. You drugged me all through the night with the damn Braun Strowman stuff. The AJ Styles match was cool, but it's 3 hours, man. Like that's a whole movie. That's a damn MCU movie.
Yeah, I'm done with
every Monday.
Yeah, no. I ain't got time for this. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that.
You know what I did have time for?
What?
NXT.
NXT was cool. NXT was cool because they introduced the women's tag team belt.
Yeah, man. So William Regal, he opened up the show, and we saw all of the women's roster, or at least most of the women's roster, out on the ramp, and he was pretty much just trying to make up for what happened last week during that during the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match,
which was a good match.
Damn good match, but ended in pretty much a schmoz because of Adam Pearce. So he tried to make up for it.
I like that word.
He tried to make up for it by introducing new NXT Tag Team Championships and by having Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez be the recipients of that because they won the Dusty Club Classic. But you noticed something when they got the belts. What did they do, Bush?
So there's a lot of things that everybody's talking about already about how they lost the titles first. But the thing is that no one's talking about is the fact that they came out, got the title, got in the ring, and decided to clown the entire roster.
They went heel promo immediately.
And the last time we saw them, they were babyface.
Yeah, because they were getting screwed.
So if you're gonna mention everything, make sure you mention everything on why they lost.
Right.
Because they lost as heels, not as babyface. So you can't be, oh man, they got the titles and they lost.
So we didn't even mention who ended up challenging them. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon, they head to the ring and challenged Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, and that ended up being like the mid main of the show, and it was a hell of a match, man. You there was a couple spots in the match that you were really digging, right?
Yo, Ember Moon was going off. Like she looked great.
She's going crazy, man.
She did. I mean, they honestly, this is and I hate to say this because they've done other matches, but this is the one match where I was actually like, yo, they're doing a damn good job telling a story.
I'm digging both teams. I like Shotzi Blackheart's placement with Ember Moon, and Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez are a very balanced team.
Yeah, no, that's a good team. That both on both sides, they worked really well together, and yeah, it was the turnout, the end of the story is that they lost the titles. Ember Moon and the Tech 9 reject, they got the they got the belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And that actually, we're going to talk about what led to or what happened later in the night with that, because they kind of made up for Raquel Gonzalez losing the championship so quick, because we saw Io Shirai versus Toni Storm for the NXT Women's Championship, and that was a fire match too, man.
Yeah, I mean, Toni Storm actually, she looked good in this.
Yo, she always looks good.
She looked good in this. But see, I'm an Io Shirai kind of guy.
Yeah.
And she just looks crazy anyways.
I mean, my fiance more resembles Io Shirai, but Toni Storm, yo. Yo.
Yeah, see, my wife resembles a chola. She doesn't resemble any of them. But I was feeling Io Shirai either way.
Yeah, man. So overall, great match. It was the first time that we've seen Io defeat clean Toni Storm, I believe, since they've had several matches dating back to like the Mae Young Classic, I believe. But Storm actually tapped out, and that was great. We saw LA Knight. He did a little backstage promo saying that he's going to be debuting next week. And he says if anybody wants to step up, they can. And Bronson Reed came out of nowhere, just grabs the dude by the neck, and basically to pay him back for him interrupting the match that they had with Cameron Grimes last week and costing him the match.
Good, because I'm already hating this dude, LA Knight. I'm already hating this guy. Like,
as you should, man. You're supposed to boo the bad guys.
He's definitely a bad guy, and he reminds me of like Miz.
Yeah, that's it's the same ballpark.
Yeah, like it's like there's this weird thing there, and I'm like, yo, you're just annoying though. Like, you're just annoying me.
Man, you know what's annoying? Getting your finger stretched by Pete Dunne. Oh my gosh, he had this crazy match.
I'll stretch ya.
I can't even say it was a crazy match with Jake Atlas, because it was a very hard hitting. It was the same old shit you see from Pete Dunne, man. Jake Atlas got that ass whooped. Atlas set up for the Rainbow DDT, which is that dope cartwheel DDT that he does from the top rope. But he sweeps Atlas's arm as he's flipping, and just totally make him wipe out, dude. It was crazy. Dunn snaps Atlas's fingers, transitions to the modified Ring of Saturn, and Atlas taps out. After the match, we see Pete Dunne. He grabs the mic and he says that he's the best technical wrestler in the world. And I'm trying to figure out, man, who do you think he'll challenge next? Or who do you think will step up to him? You think it could be like somebody like Kushida?
I would love to see Kushida.
Because that'd be a technical masterpiece.
That would be worth watching for sure. Like I'd watch that match all day. Johnny Gargano, obviously.
Man, because that last time when it was Gargano versus Kushida, that was...
Gargano is everything, man. Gargano is NXT. Like, to me, like Gargano... He's so good at his job, they can't let him go because he's that damn good.
He needs to stay NXT forever.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, man.
And Pete is a beast.
You know what else I'm down for? I'm seeing that Imperium, they want Thatcher and Ciampa now. So we saw Marcel Barthel in the background, and he says he's created something special for Timothy Thatcher, and it's time that they get it back together again. And Fabian Eichner is telling him basically like, hey man, if you need permission from your new best friend, Tommaso, you can join along too. And they're just doing this all to get Thatcher down with the plan, and that could be fire.
Yo, it might be I don't know, man. There might be a little game plan in there for Ciampa.
Yeah,
it might be his game plan.
They setting him up to wet him up though. I could see them trying to get both of them in, and they're just gonna have Walter come in and destroy Ciampa.
That could be it. Or Ciampa steps back, and next thing you know, Thatcher gets done.
Oh, it's like a reverse screw-in.
Yeah.
So they play in Thatcher instead, and they really pull Ciampa?
Yes.
Wow.
That would be awesome. See, don't let me get writing.
See, yeah.
Don't let me
Get this man the book.
I start writing. It's a problem.
I get worked. What can I say? I'm a jabroni. I don't care. Like, make me buy a pay-per-view for $50.
Show me.
You got me 50. You got me, Tony Khan.
Yeah, no, man. I'm interested in that.
I'm interested in Jordan Devlin, dude. Did you see that promo that he did from the airport?
No, I did not.
Okay, so pretty much let's break it down. Okay, so for my fans that don't know what's up with the NXT the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Okay.
So pre-COVID, what happened was Jordan Devlin was the Cruiserweight Champion, and he's from the UK. So when the virus spread, he had to go back to the UK, and he still held the championship, and they didn't want to just make him strip him of the title just because he lives in a different country. They didn't feel it was fair. So NXT here in the United States, they did a Cruiserweight Championship tournament in which Santos Escobar won that, and he's the current Cruiserweight Champion. So the belt that he's holding is essentially the interim belt, and Jordan Devlin is the true Cruiserweight Champion. So now he's basically saying that the travel ban is over, and he's going to come back to NXT here in the United States, and he's going to challenge Santos Escobar.
And I'm here for it. Because anytime Escobar's on TV, it draws money.
Yes.
Anytime Escobar's around, yeah, you're going to want to watch. And that just makes me want to watch even more.
100%, dude. We saw backstage, Escobar, he was pissed, man. He was yelling at William Regal about it. I think that's going to be a match at the new TakeOver, Stand and Deliver.
You can't be yelling at William Regal too much. Man. You don't know about.
They must not know William Regal's a man's man. He used to crush fools. He used to crush lemons with his bare hands and shit.
You don't want those problems with Regal. I'm telling you.
So later in the night, we saw that Io Shirai, she ended up just walking straight up to Raquel Gonzalez and challenging her and saying, "You're next. I want you."
And she said, "Yo, be careful what you want. Be careful what you wish for, because you might get it." And you see this stare down, and Gonzalez is just hovering over.
You think that Gonzalez can be the one to finally take the belt off Io?
I hate to say it, but yeah, I think so.
It's the perfect time. I mean, let's say Io drops it at the next TakeOver, and she stays off screen for a little bit, and we see her pop up on Monday Night Raw, maybe the Raw following Mania, or it could be like, just a couple months down the road. I think that'd be dope.
I think that'd be great.
Or even SmackDown. I'll take them on SmackDown. I don't give a damn.
I would like to see that. I think it'd be a great rivalry for Asuka or any other woman in that.
Yeah, or even Bianca Belair.
Or even a tag team run with Asuka.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's interesting you bring that up, because they used to be in the same tag team group back in Japan. So it was Asuka, Io Shirai, and homegirl with the dope elbow.
Yeah, she's dope.
Damn it, I'm drawing a blank on her name. The Pirate Princess.
Yes. She has a great elbow drop. Amazing elbow drop. But I would like to see that, because with the women's tag team division in
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. So
it's this liquor.
If you have Io Shirai with Asuka, that makes for a better tag team in the WWE division for the women.
100%.
They need that.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
You know what I was here for, man? That NXT championship match between Finn Balor and Adam Cole. That shit was flames.
Okay, you go ahead and break that down, because I have my own opinion on this.
Okay, here's the breakdown. So Cole super kicks Balor in the knee. Cole lands the last shot, but Balor kicks out. Cole crawls into the corner to set up for another Panama Sunrise, but Cole kicks out. But Cole hits it and Balor kicks out. Cole is stunned, and he tries to call for another last shot, but Balor sends him outside of the ring, and we see Kyle O'Reilly appear in the crowd. Now, while Cole is distracted, Balor hits him with a dive over the top rope. Balor hits the 1916 out into the floor, and O'Reilly just staring at O'Reilly. Balor hits the coup de grace double stomp for the win, and post-match we see O'Reilly gets in the ring. O'Reilly rips off the Undisputed Era armband off of Cole. O'Reilly beats up Cole, and then the referee tries to pull O'Reilly back, and we pretty much see... what's his name? Karrion Kross come up.
Man. Yeah, I saw Karrion Kross come up.
Yeah, and he's standing behind Balor, and Balor's like, "What took you so long?"
Last time I saw Karrion Kross, I was very disappointed in his finisher.
Oh yeah, that weak ass elbow smash, right?
Because man,
or the forearm smash.
Yeah, you're facing 3 cruiserweights, and this is the best you got.
Yeah.
So now you're facing Finn Balor for the title, or eventually going to.
Oh yeah, that's coming up next.
Man, after seeing NXT UK, I have a real issue with watching Karrion Kross.
Damn.
After
after seeing Walter, it's very hard to compare Walter to a Karrion Kross.
Who's my psychotic man that's going after Johnny Gargano's whole family?
Oh, Dexter Lumis.
How is Dexter Lumis not facing this Finn Balor and then having Finn Balor become his beast?
I feel you. Yo.
And you want me to give props for this guy that has a forearm finisher to the back of the neck when you're supposed to be like this big dude? Like,
yeah,
man, get out of here.
When you got Dexter Lumis over here tapping full or knocking fools out and petting their head,
yeah,
you know,
tending the rabbits. Yeah. Like, yo,
it puts the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, man. And you want me to worry about this guy? Like, come on, dude. I was not happy with the ending of this match at all.
You know what? I was okay with it because I felt that they set up the new storylines leading into the NXT pay-per-view. We really just got like a reset. We saw that they completed a storyline with Finn Balor and Adam Cole, and they immediately shifted into the next storyline that we all want to see, which is, Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly because of the breakup of the Undisputed Era and what he did to Roddy and, what he did to Kyle O'Reilly. And then we finally get Karrion Kross to get his opportunity to get a NXT championship match because he went out due to injury during that match when he initially won it against Keith Lee. So it's like, I get it, and they're pretty much just closing the chapters and giving us what we want to see. So because of that, I actually ended up grading NXT an 8 out of 10. What did you think?
I'm giving him a 6.
Okay. So I thought it was dope. He thought it was mid.
I thought it was mid, man. Honestly, other than the title matches, like I just kind of like seen a lot coming. That's all.
And that's dope. See, and this is why we have different perspectives on things. I give my opinion, he gives his, and we see things completely different sometimes.
I mean, Legado del Fantasma will always be worth watching. They're always going to be worth watching. But other than that, yo, man, a lot of promos, a lot of this, a lot of that. Same old same. Like you said, stories are closing.
They're on new chapters.
New chapters are opening. But, I mean, look, dude, it's hard for me to really rock with NXT after things I've seen. Okay. from the UK.
I hear you, but it's a hell of a big improvement from what we saw in that mid-show ass Dynamite and what we saw in that pay-per-view, man. So to me, I appreciated a whole hell of a lot more. But you know what I did appreciate was this Friday night Smackdown, man. I watched the show, but I didn't overanalyze it like I usually do. The main takeaways that I got from the show that we see Edge and Daniel Bryan are finally beefing. Which
I saw it coming. He did. Edge said something to Daniel Bryan though.
He was low key like downplaying Daniel Bryan like he didn't belong there, right?
He said, what was one of the? He said something to this man where he was like, "Yo, like you're talented, but you're not me." Like something to that effect.
But he has a point.
And it was like, ooh, it was kind of a burn. Like,
yeah,
it was a burn.
Those are two people that can go on the mic, dude. And honestly, I hope that they both stick around post-Mania because I want to see them go at it now.
Daniel Bryan was even like telling him like, "Yo, man, you're talking about me being an opportunist. You're the rated R.
You're the ultimate opportunist. Yeah, the same shit you're doing.
So that's why it was good to see that. It was tight to see those two on the microphone.
What do you think about the Universal Championship contract signing at the end of the night?
I mean, that's when everything started popping off.
That was when the real funk popped off. So
you're always gonna get that funk popping off on a contract signing.
Yeah, and Roman was talking that big shit, like basically like, yo, I ain't even got to fight you, man. But Daniel Bryan, he said he really pushed those buttons. He was like, you know what I did that you couldn't do? I tapped out your cousin Jey Uso. Ooh. And he was talking that big shit because if you guys recall, I believe is at Hell in a Cell. They had that I Quit match, and he couldn't make Jey Uso quit. Like he only quit because he was beating up his brother. Like it was that bad.
I think I recall me.
Or was it Jimmy that had to quit for Jey?
It was one of the two. Yeah, it was one of the two because he came in with that white flag. That shirt.
Yeah, that's actually right. So it was his twin brother had to quit for him, And all along, we seen Daniel Bryan just make he made Jay tap out easy.
I could have sworn that I said that Daniel Bryan was going to have a heel turn.
Yeah, you did.
I think I called this.
Yeah. But is this really a heel turn, or is it just like, yo, I don't give a damn no more? Like, I'm gonna get it.
Kind of a yes and yes. I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's both. I think it's I don't give a damn. I am a heel, and I'm gonna talk on the mic greasy to everybody.
Yeah.
And he's doing it, and then he shows, Edge. He gives Edge that finisher. You know what I mean?
That running knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm here for Daniel Bryan being like this and interrupting things.
I'm here for it too, man. You know what else I was here for? Nia Jax and Reginald, man. We see Reginald. He trying to get him a little sugar mama.
Reginald looks like a customer at Fixins. Reginald looks like he comes in and orders the Kool-Aid.
He orders the Kool-Aid. Yeah. You look like he could finish the whole Kool-Aid too.
He got the Kool-Aid like this on a platter and he put pinky up. You know what I mean? Reginald, man.
Yo, Reginald's pulling the old hood classic of finding you a big chick that got money and just taking care of you.
It is tax season. It is tax season, baby.
She goes. He needs some dependents.
Yo, send that 1,400.
Tax season plus stimmy.
Yo, I'm ordering the whale. I'm going to Red Lobster and ordering the whale.
Extra cheddar biscuits.
Okay. So yeah, Reginald,
man.
Nia Jax takes this man out shopping.
Yeah, and it's smart because he's winning her over, and we later see in a match, Reginald, he's just out there trolling.
Yeah,
he's out there and he's distracting Sasha Banks at every twist and turn, and ended up costing them a match later on in the night. And now we will see Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax next week on Friday Night Smackdown for the Women's Championship.
Tight. I'm here for it. I love Reginald, man. This dude is.
This guy's a star, man, and we talked about Young Pants Reggie when we first started seeing him. Now he's on Monday Night Raw and he's on SmackDown. The dude is like he took this small gimmick and made the most of it. Yeah,
he really did, dude. He came out of nowhere and has been like just going ham every week,
doing tricks and shit. Like yo, he's dope. He's dope. You know what else was dope with that Cesaro versus Murphy match when Seth Rollins came out of nowhere and attacked Cesaro mid-swing?
Yeah, he was in the mid-swing doing his thing, and yo, man.
Seth Rollins with that that flannel checkered suit, man.
Couldn't take it no more. He's like, yo, I've been there before. Screw this shit.
He was getting PTSD from seeing this boy get swing.
Yeah, he's like, yo, man, we're not having this.
How about that damn frog splash that we saw from Montez in that Street Profits and Mysterio family versus Alpha Academy and Dirty Dogs match?
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not see this match, but I did see this frog splash on Instagram.
That's all you needed to see.
And honestly, when I saw it, I was like, how is this man getting this much height and at the same time turning mid? He
does a 180. So he does a frog splash as good, if not better, than Rob Van Dam's 5-star frog splash.
Yeah.
And he does a 180 twist with it.
That's insane. Like,
who else is touching that?
It was really incredible.
Like real talk. Like that is one of the cleanest finishers, and he's not even a luchador.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. And for him to get that much height, dude, yo, man, we don't give these wrestlers enough credit because these guys are all athletes. Like,
yeah, he's a former Marine, I believe.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, so served for our country and got hops.
Yeah. Props, man.
We saw Big E. He's back, and he was cutting promos like a preacher. He's pretty much saying like, yo, Apollo, this beef that we have now is real, and I can't just pin you now if we have a match. So like, I gotta make you tap out. I gotta make you submit. And he came out and he pretty much was like, yo, whoever come out here next can get it. We saw Baron Corbin come out first, and then Sami Zayn, he came out of nowhere with the buffoonery, and pretty much he ran to the ring first, so he got the match first, got that ass whoop real quick. Apollo came out after the match and showed Big E the Steel.
Yo, man, good for Apollo, man. Everything Apollo's doing right now is money to me. Like, Apollo, if Apollo can make it to WrestleMania, his entrance will probably be one of the most talked about. I predict.
Dude, imagine Black Panther.
Yeah.
But at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's essentially what Apollo is doing with this whole Nigerian gimmick. Like, he got he'll have like a royal guard. He gonna have some spears.
Yeah.
Imagine like how they did with Black Panther with all his guards and they had the whole female fleet. Oh man, that'd be so hard.
Hi, Auntie.
We found out that Big E and Apollo was announced for Fastlane, and I honestly I want to see this at WrestleMania. I don't think they should have did this yet.
I think if they can figure this match out and parlay it into WrestleMania,
It could be something bigger there.
yeah.
Okay.
I think this might just be part of the story.
Okay, and you know what, man? That was pretty much all the SmackDown for me. If you had to grade SmackDown, what would you give it 1 to 10?
You know what? After further review, I might actually give this an 8.
Okay, so you really enjoyed SmackDown.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
I gave it a 7 out of 10, and honestly, I probably could have given it a 7.5 now that I think about it more because I did really enjoy Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, I like what I saw. It's other than a couple of like little mid things that happened, there was still athleticism that was going on here.
It was a good show overall.
And storylines.
SmackDown doesn't usually miss.
Nah, you know what?
And you can't miss when you have Roman Reigns being the main person on the damn show.
That's true. He's the man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you need me.
Yeah.
They need me. You know what I mean? And Daniel Bryan's coming into his zone. Edge gets on the mic with him like, yo, this is good for Roman.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Daniel Bryan and Edge on the microphone and you're Roman Reigns as the main guy, and these two are talking,
Right.
you're only going to benefit from that by having Paul Heyman behind you.
Right.
Like, everything's working out there for that.
Everything's well executed with it. The tension that they're building between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns with that, like, and having Daniel Bryan egging him on, but at the same time, like, Edge is like, yo, you wanted me to pick you as the main event. I picked you. Now what's up? Like, yo. So it's dope. I really appreciated SmackDown. Let's get into our next few segments, which was going to be the Wrestlers of the Week. Who did you have, Bush, for your Wrestler of the Week for this week?
Okay, so it's 1 to 3, right?
Yes, 1 to 3 people
I'm gonna
choose from.
I'm gonna go with MJF.
Okay.
MJF for sure. I'm gonna go with Darby Allin,
Okay.
and I'm actually gonna go with, and this was kind of hard because it was between two people, but I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan because
Hell of a pick. Okay.
I like what Daniel Bryan did. I like how he's gonna make that storyline a little more interesting for Fastlane, and we're gonna get to see maybe a little opportunist moment with Edge during Fastlane, costing Daniel Bryan the title.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, and Daniel Bryan, getting mad and getting angry, and
Maybe they turn that into a triple threat.
could be.
I'm okay for that, honestly.
Triple threats are underrated.
If with the right people.
Yeah, they're underrated to me.
Spear and running knee. It's all running attacks. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Okay, my wrestlers of the week. I'm gonna go with Sting.
Okay.
Sting, from your performance, that match you had with Darby Allin in that street fight against Team Taz, you returning to the ring since 2015. That was a hell of a performance. You
Cheers.
made the AEW Revolution pay-per-view for me. That would be my wrestler of the week, number 1. Number 2, MJF. You got everybody.
Yeah.
And damn it, I just realized I picked 2 AEW wrestlers for my wrestlers of the week.
I did too.
It kind of just is what it is, because that show-stealing performance that you did, the way you ended AEW Dynamite, was great.
Yeah.
I predicted, like last week or the week before, that I thought that Cody would be the leader of the new Four Horsemen, but it looks like no, MJF. He was there all along. It was Agatha all along. Okay, for all my people that watch WandaVision, y'all know what it is. Third, Bobby Lashley. Because you were solidifying yourself as that dude, and that's what we want to see. You even got me wanting to buy a new championship belt. So, yeah, I appreciate you for that, brother. Bush, match of the week. What did you have for match of the week this week, brother?
This is a very tough one for me. Match of the week. This is...
and again, you can include the Revolution if you like.
Ooh. Oh, I can?
Yes, you can. It's part of this week. That was on Sunday.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Ray Phoenix and Young Bucks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And with Matt Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was still... I love the fact that AEW started off the show with a bang.
Yeah.
And that match started off everything for me. I thought it was a dope overall match. I look forward to seeing Ray Phoenix, and anytime the Young Bucks are in the ring, it's money for me. and I'm a big fan of both, and I can't wait to see that storyline progress. I thought it was dope how they were scouting each other and everything. Yeah, that's my match.
If I'm gonna pick a match of the week, I'm gonna go with the same thing that I was just talking about from the wrestlers of the week. I'm gonna go Sting and Darby versus Team Taz in that street fight match. I'm not trying to be a mark, but I watched Sting back in 6th grade when I first really got into wrestling. I've seen him through his career in WCW, through TNA. I've seen it in WWE. To see him in AEW now, and he's still dope. To see him running and doing stinger splashes and scorpion death drops, and you see Darby Allin jumping off the damn top of things and crashing to the bottom, that shit was lit. Okay, that alone made me not so bitter about the $50 that Tony Khan scammed me for. But props.
No, I don't blame you.
Best show of the week, sir. Who did you have?
Best show of the week, I'm going to go with SmackDown.
SmackDown
for sure. I think SmackDown, I think their storylines were a little bit better. Even if there was a little bit of mid-card stuff going on, I felt like that the athleticism was better.
Okay.
It made more sense to me.
Man, you make some damn good points, man.
I felt like the athleticism was better. It was more interesting to watch because at least there is big spots, big moment spots, and they weren't set up in a way of oh, here it comes. No, it was oh, I didn't know that fool was gonna do a frog splash like that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Okay,
so you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the story around progression with Daniel Bryan and how they're including everything with Edge now, kind of chumping him out and everything. Yeah. But my best show of the week for me was NXT.
Okay.
Now the reason for that being is the introduction of the new tag team championship belts, surprising us and already giving us a switch within the same night the belt holders.
That was dope.
Completing these stories for both the men's and women's main championship belts, and them already setting up where they're going to be next. I appreciate how they transitioned everything and got me excited to see what they're going to be doing next week.
I'll tell you, I almost forgot before we end this. I almost forgot to say rest in peace to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Extreme, amazing boxer. If you guys haven't watched his fight, please go watch his fight versus
Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. It says 40 minutes on YouTube. It's really just 3 rounds, and it's probably one of his most. It's probably the most brutal boxing match I've ever seen in my life.
I'm gonna peep it.
And he's worth mentioning, man. This dude was a beast in the ring, dude. So yeah, shouts to Marvelous Marvin Hagler for keeping me interested in boxing.
Rest in peace one time for Marvin Hagler.
Other than that, this week was pretty mid. It's just pretty mid, man. It was just a mid thing. I wasn't mad at AEW for trying to come back and make the show better.
Yeah.
I was just mad at the fact that they try to. It seems like they're insulting the fans' intelligence.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, man. And
I'm sick of these 3-hour shows that are just full of filler.
We deserve better.
Yeah, way better. This is I don't even know how to put it, man. You give me a bunch of food and only one good thing is on it.
Yeah. It's a damn shame, man. You give me 3 hours of wrestling and there's only 2 things that I really want to see.
Yep.
It's not cool.
No.
Just like Carlito. Just like you not signing Carlito. That's not cool either.
God, that was not cool. That is so not cool.
Yeah. Besides that, man, do you have any projects or we already talked about that? Where else can people tap in with you if they want to check out what's going on in your life?
Man, go to all these social networks, Mati Bush 916. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Music, Spotify, your mama's. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. So.
And you can find me at JustFresh916. You can follow our podcast at Jabroni Bros Pod. That's JabroniBros Pod. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere your mama's at too.
Yep.
I think that's going to wrap it up, buddy. You got anything else for us?
Other than the fact that I am a beautiful man, I don't know what else to say. Oh, he came up with the name.
We have a new wrestling name for my man, Mati Bush. He is now going to be going by what?
Beautiful Bush.
I love it.
Beautiful Bush. I'm feeling that.
The beautiful man, the most beautiful man in pro wrestling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap up this week's episode. This is episode 9, Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. We will see you on the next one. Peace.
Woo!